RiddenStrength.com, and we're headed to the oldest Harley dealer in the country to change this Road Glide from a 114 to a 131. So let's go check it out. We are at AD Farrow's East Side store. This is the oldest Harley dealer in the country. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this brand new 2020 limited edition Road Glide and we're going to transition this motor from a 114 to a 131. It's going to take this motor from around 100 horsepower to probably close to 130. So let's go inside and talk to the shop guys, talk to the general managers, and let's get this bike fired up. Hey, we're at Farrow Harley-Davidson, the oldest dealership in the country. And today, we're going to take my 2020 Road Glide Special, and we are going to make it a 131-inch bore kit. Now, for those of you guys who are not into Harleys, this is what we're doing. We're taking a stock 114-inch motor, and we're turning it to a 131-inch motor. Now, you can see the size of these pistons are absolutely monstrous. Now, Harley-Davidson has made the biggest bore kit they have ever offered in the Harley-Davidson lineup. This is monstrous. We're talking over 2,200 cc's of V-twin power. That is insane. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put 16-inch A-pingers on it. Now, as you can see, these A-pingers have a very wide span. That's because I have wide shoulders. So it's imperative that you get a bar that really fits your body, or this bar makes this bike fit me very, very well. And how do I know this? I've built like 10 of them, and the 16-inch 8 puts me right here. Now, the importance of having my arm pretty straight is the fact that my hands don't go to sleep. I can ride long distances, and let's be honest, A-pingers look badass, right? So now, Greg is going to talk about how to deal with getting new airflow to these monstrous pistons and also keeping the bike alive with a better fuel and oil delivery system.
So, these are the latest and greatest Screaming Eagle heads. These are what they would call the Stage 4 heads. If you can look inside there and see the amazing port work that Harley-Davidson's done, it's just second to none. It's fantastic. So, any time that you are making more air come out with your exhaust, camshafts, so on and so forth, you got to bring more air in, and that's where a great big 64mm throttle body comes into play at. Again, kind of like he said with the bore kit, biggest one Harley-Davidson's ever offered. The stock one's 58mm, so that gives you an idea of how much bigger that it really is. So again, our goal is to bring more air in. With these Stage 4 heads, they've got bigger valves than the heads from before, and again, as I showed you with the port work before, they flow like no other head you could ever find, and it's amazing to have a product like this right out of the box from Harley-Davidson. I've been in this game for 25 years, and I've never seen a nicer product than this right there. And again, the machine work, I mean, just everything, it functions so well, it's unbelievable. Really a great product. We will step into the aftermarket realm just a hair, and this is a fueling billet cam plate for increased oil flow through the cam compartment. Certainly works a little better than the stock one, again with that oil flow. This is my favorite. The key ingredient right here is the high volume, high pressure oil pump. Again, more power, we want to flow more oil through it. Harley doesn't offer one of these yet, so fueling is our go-to choice. We've done a lot of these fueling kits, and they work very, very well. I'm very happy with the performance of those. And you can see, again, the quality of the machine work in there. We never want to put anything in our customers' motorcycles that we wouldn't put in our own motorcycles. So looking at the quality of this is just second to none.
The next big thing that we're going to work on, we're going to get some stats for you, is the cam. So cam is a huge component to the lifeblood of an engine. So this tells the valve through a push rod when to open and feed the engine. The bigger this lift, the more the valve opens, the more air and fuel you're going to get in the piston. So this is the biggest cam that Harley-Davidson offers. There are other cams. The nice thing about this kit is that the weakest point of this entire kit from Harley-Davidson is the cam, which is the cheapest thing to replace. So with this cam dropped into this motor, we're going to be shooting for probably about 130 horsepower, which is really, really big on a touring bike. We change the cam and get a tune that's non-Harley compliant after the warranty's over, of course. This engine's capable of 160 horsepower. We're talking a lot of juice. That's like crotch rocket power in a V-twin cruiser bike, making it really, really fun. So it's going to be interesting to get all this put together and get it firing up and get it fitted to me with the 8-pingers that I'm used to having.
So, as Matt was talking a little bit earlier about the difference in bore size between his stock motor, and this one here is a stock cylinder off of a bike like his. And here's the new upgraded 131 cylinder. You can see how much bigger that hole is, judging by my fist. So this is a 4.31 bore. This is a 4.075 bore. So again, quite a bit different. Notice how this piston does not fit inside of this cylinder. That's good. And like I said, all of this comes in the kit. The fueling stuff is sold separately, but everything else does come with the kit, and you can bolt it right in. There's your camshaft that comes with it, which is a great big nasty camshaft. And it's just, again, it's amazing that you can buy this and literally take it and bolt it right on your bike.
Yeah, this is very uncommon for Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson usually in the old days, like he'll tell you, he's been around 20 years. I built my first bike in 1999. They didn't build the bottom ends of the engine strong enough to withstand that type of cubic inch. And now they know that this is what people want. They know that this is what people really want to have on the street. So the bottom ends on the crank side and the size where those things fit into the actual bottom of the engine makes it so interchangeable and so easy that you don't have to go hunt for parts. You can buy this as an entire kit. It saves you a ton of time and hassle. And really, any Harley-Davidson dealer can put it in with minimal knowledge, because it's just like rebuilding the stock engine with just better parts.
Absolutely. And again, as he said, the longevity, the reliability, it's all there. You know, 20 years ago, if we were to build a 131-inch motor, we'd be lucky to get down to the end of the block and back without breaking something. No kidding. These days, man, you go and ride it just like you would any normal motorcycle. It's fantastic.
And now with the compression releasers we have automatically built into the heads, we don't put excessive strain on the starters. It turns over very, very easily. It's easy on batteries. You went to this size of a motor 20 years ago in an Evo or even an early twin cam.
Oh gosh.
You were going to rip starters right out because it just wouldn't be able to turn that size of engine.
You will break parts.
That's right.
There's no doubt.
Matt, what the hell's going on here?
Well, we're putting a 131-inch motor in a brand new 2020 Road Glide, so it's going to get crazy.
What you got here?
Well, we actually went old school and wanted the top of the engine to look like an old school shovel head. So my favorite Harley-Davidson engine, and I've owned at least 12 of these, is the shovel head. So for me, making these new school engines, these new M8s look like a shovel head was like a dream come true. You got all the old school look with the new school technology, so it's the real deal.
All right, when this is going to be done, it's going to have a lot of power. What are you going to do first?
Well, we'll definitely have to do a burnout on it. I mean, that's for sure, you know.
And they go to Disney World.
They go to Disney World, but I can't fit on anything, so it doesn't matter. So
This doesn't look like a teacup.
no, it's not. It's not. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I built an S&S 124, so we'll see what the 131 feels like. But the heads definitely are a lot more work than the previous heads that I've seen, as far as how much machining they've done to the head. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, we just came off the time-lapse teardown. Now we're going to do the time-lapse rebuild and get this thing back together. Are you ready for it in just a few seconds?
We're ready. Let's see it.